Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alabaster Sinclair here, and I am live in our RWF Media Center for our post-show of Double Action 1000. And boy howdy, what a show it was. I'd first like to introduce my broadcast colleagues, Fox Fedak, who is live in the hallways outside of the locker room.
Greetings, Fox Fedak here. Glad to be here.
And Snake Avery, who is live from the Snake Pit covering all of our social media coverage.
Hey y'all, Snake Avery here, coming at you live.
Let's just start off the evening with the breath of fresh air match between Dax McAllister and Murphy Pennyworth. Fox, what did you think of the match?
You know, Dax McAllister and Murphy Pennyworth, they were both signed at around the same time a couple years ago. So when you see them get in the ring together, there's this competitive nature, I think, between the two because they were both signed together and coming up together. And when Dax McAllister won, I really didn't have a clear pick on who was going to win that match. So I would have really been surprised either way. However, I will say about Pennyworth, he is a old money. He will hold a grudge for a long time, and I don't think we've seen the last of these two feuding with each other.
Mm-hmm. Snake, where do you see these two combatants going from here?
Well, no, that's a great question. Fucking Dak McAllister and Murphy Pennyworth. Well, let me tell you right now. Murph and Dax, they are two amazing talents we've had in this great organization the entire time. The sky's the limit for them two. I cannot wait to see this match. I am looking so forward to it. Both them boys, they know what they gonna do.
Personally, I think this was an excellent match. Potentially, I don't want to say stole the show, but it was very close. I think we're due to see a lot of interesting things from these two gentlemen in the near future. Moving on, the next up we had the Panama Canal Championship match. Snake, what did you think about that match?
You're talking about that fucking Panama Canal Championship. Well, hold on. Let me just crack myself a beer here and go on a little spree. Well, let me tell you. Tonight, the two greatest wrestlers of all time in the Lucha Libre, they just put on this show that was so worthy. And you know what? The Diablo Cleto. Well, I'm not going to lie, that boy right there being a representative of the devil, like, of course he's going to win until the Almighty comes down. And we'll just go from there. We'll see that.
Yes. Fox, I know you're a man with the sources. You always have your ear close to the ground. Back there by the locker room, what are your sources saying about this feud going on between Conquistador El Valiente and Diablo Cleto?
Listen, guys, we can talk about the match between Diablo Cleto and Conquistador El Valiente, but however, I gotta tell you, my sources are telling me what they're cooking up for the two down there in Pride of the Mask is absolutely insane. I think I'm revealing this for the first time ever, but they are going to have a Plataforme del El Muerte match, or Platform of Death match, and they are planning on raising the ring up 10 feet into the air, and then they're planning on removing all the ropes, and the first person to throw their opponent off of the platform wins the match. So it's an insane new match type down there in Pride of the Mask, and it will be for the Panama Canal Championship.
My goodness, that sounds literally loco, as they say down at Pride of the Mask. That I can't wait to cover that match. That shall be quite interesting. Just to move on. We move on to the fancy match, as we've been calling it here, between Pride of the Mask, undisputed Latin American champion La Vida de la Fiesta, and our old pal here, Mick Mack. That was quite a match. I hate to see the way it ended, but that makes me hopeful. Fox, how do you feel this is going?
I mean, Fiesta and McMack, I don't know anything about being fancy, but there was absolutely nothing fancy about that match. Where the feud is going between the two, I have absolutely no idea. And I don't really think, even as professional broadcasters and journalists, we can even speculate on where this is going between the two. I mean, to get in the heads of these two, we would need a team of psychiatrists. And I do believe that's exactly what these two need.
Snake, I think this is quite a topic that I'd like to have your opinions on it too. I just feel like this is going to be quite weird.
We want to talk about the McMack and the La Fiesta. That good old challenge they got going on, that good old rivalry they have. Well, I'll tell you this right now, my colleagues. I'll tell you this. I do believe that these two men are going to not stop until they are at the tippy top, challenging whoever at that point in time is the Latin America champion to a real match. But I believe they can do that. I really do. I really do believe they can do
that. No matter what the three of us think, I think these three are gonna just keep going at it, and we're gonna see some strange outcomes from two minds like these two gentlemen. Let's move on with the evening. On to the main event, the double fatal 4-way match. Fox, I know you have a long history with Mitchell Fatal. What do you think of him winning the Baron of the Legendary 7 Gauntlet?
Fatal winning the Baron of the Legendary 7 Gauntlet. I have to tell you, I can't hold back my emotions on this one, and I don't have to anymore, do I, Fatal? You are absolutely the worst thing to happen to RWF. Him getting another championship title in this company is an absolute disgrace. I can't stand the guy, and I cannot wait for somebody to take that gauntlet away from him. He does not deserve it.
Well, yes, things are quite different here, and, Mitchell Fatal is just going to have to prove his worth now, I believe. Snake, how do you feel about the Wild Man becoming the new RWF European champion? That was quite some news. I don't want to say that I didn't see it coming. I think he's a great competitor, but it was unexpected with the odds. What do you think, Snake?
I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Let me just have a swig of beer here. The Wild Man. He has been in this company for almost half a decade, and he has ended all these reigns. And shoo, buddy. Now he is at the top of the mountain. He is at the top of the mountain, and you know what? I think we could really get by on this kind of champion. I really do. He just knows what to do, and he's a fighting champion. He's not like that Revolution that showed up when I first had my job and just was like, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, like I'm the champion. Well, I guess my colleagues will go from there. We'll go from there, but I have high hopes, very, very high hopes for this Wild Man. Shoo, buddy. I hope you do good, Wild Man.
It is a new day here indeed. Speaking of a new day, like the clock has started over. What about that doomsday clock? It struck to zero. Fox, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Zero now? Where's he to go? What do you think we're gonna see from him?
You know, Zero's a very, very dangerous competitor. He's one of the most destructive forces we have ever seen in the RWF. At last year's Memorial Day Massacre Doomsday Clock, he literally took everything. And to see him lose everything in one night, it was a bit of a shock. But he's one of those competitors that I believe we need to keep a lookout for, and we need to be looking over each other's shoulders for this guy, because he is very, very dangerous, and we just don't know when he will return.
Zero's a man that just chills me to my bones and makes me angry. I must say, he just makes me angry. But onto a gentleman that warms my heart, Urban Jump. You know what? He didn't do too well in this match, sadly. Not to outshine Mitchell Fatal or the Wild Man, but Snake, where do you think this outcome leads? The candidate, as they call him, Urban Jump. Where do you think this is going to take him in the future?
Well, I will say this, fellas. Urban Jump, you know, he is a great competitor. He is a phenomenal competitor. He knows how to cut a great promo and vignettes and all the great things. But I will tell you, you know, with Urban Jump, like, I grew up in the South, obviously. I will say I do not trust a politician. We'll see what he has to offer, and not just by words, but by actions.
I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with him. On to the big revelation of the night. The thing that I don't think anyone expected. No, I certainly was not. It's just mind-blowing to me. The return of Dave. Fox, you had that inside scoop. What is your opinion on that?
Dave's return was one of the craziest moments I've ever, since I've worked in this company. I don't think I've ever been so shocked. In fact, I can tell you right now, I've never been so shocked is when I saw Dave appear behind Mitchell Fatal. Now, am I a fan of Dave? I respect the man, and I will say, I hope he takes that title from Fatal, and I absolutely hope to see the absolute destruction of Mitchell Fatal by the hand of Dave. So I was, let's just say this, I was shocked, and I felt very, very pleased in my heart and the hopes to see him destroy Mitchell Fatal once and for all.
Yes. Well, Snake, I know you don't have as much experience here with Dave as Fox and I do. What was your take on this? Seeing a living legend come back. How do you feel?
Dave. I cannot believe that Dave, the man, the franchise of the RWF, came out of nowhere. Oh, this is going to shake things up a bit here for the RWF, and I don't really know, fellas. I really don't. Like, you know, honestly, I just want to see Dave take on the Wild Man for the top title, and hey, we'll go from there.
I just was not prepared for this. I'm just so stunned to see what is next. What is next for the RWF? It just blows my mind. But we'll deal with what's next later. Let's finish up here. Fox, what was your favorite match of the evening?
Well, my favorite match or moment of the night had to be when Wild Man finally obtained the European title of the RWF. I couldn't be more satisfied and proud of the Wild Man after all his accomplishments in the RWF. I felt it was finally his time. So we will see what happens with the European title and Wild Man's reign with it. And I would like to congratulate Wild Man personally on all his accomplishments, and especially rising to the top of this company. Thank you, Wand Man, and I look forward to seeing what you do with the European title.
Yes, I can't. It's hard to disagree with that. But Snake, what do you think? What's your opinion? What was your favorite match of the evening?
Favorite match of the night? Well, I gotta be honest. I really think it was Dak McAllister and Murphy Pennyworth. Them two, oh wow. Them two went above and beyond. Like for a while here in the RWF, like we thought very, very poorly upon them, but they just showed up here, especially on the newest pay-per-view we have right now at Daily Action 1000. They put it all out on the line. It was like watching some kind of masterpiece being made. And those two, both of them combined were the hand that held the brush to paint this beautiful thing as a mural, as everything. I'm going to say the best match of this evening is Murph and Dax. They knew what they were doing. They stood out tonight. And they are going to be the future of the RWF. I will tell you that right now. And with that, let's have a drink.
Also a good point. I'm sorry I can't break the tie there, but I personally feel that the match between La Vida de la Fiesta and McMack was so good. I'm disappointed that it ended the way that it ended, but it leaves me craving for more. You know what? As they say, maybe I'm loco as well. But it's just so interesting how you can have such odd characters and have such a great show. But that's pretty much all I have to say. That's I think we've covered everything, guys. We are finishing up for the evening. As for myself, Alabaster Sinclair, my partners Fox Fedak and Snake Avery. Stay tuned for more coverage from us here in the RWF and Pride of the Mask Lucha Libre. We'll see you in the ring.